Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Learning Russian with Learn Russian. So we're up to lesson 63, and this time it's all about passive present participles. So we have one, two, three, four more lessons about participles, and then we go on to something else. So I think just from the name, you can probably already imagine what's going to happen here. We had active participles, and now we're going to have passive participles. So let's go ahead and get right into it. I think the meaning of this should be fairly apparent after we go through this first dialogue. So here we have, once again, an interview with a journalist. That must be the person here with the microphone, and a director. That must be the person here who looks like they've just undergone electroconvulsive therapy and are pointing at the device that gave it to them. But he's probably just very excited about something. Let's find out.
Здравствуйте, господин Трауб.
Здравствуйте.
Вы можете рассказать об эксперименте, проводимом вашей компанией?
Это локальный эксперимент. Мы включили во все используемые в этом регионе сотовые телефоны функцию просмотра телепередач.
А каков результат?
Более половины участников эксперимента пользуются этой функцией.
Это потому, что она бесплатная?
Пока да. Программы, показываемые во время эксперимента, бесплатные. Со временем мы планируем брать минимальную абонентскую плату.
Okay. Seems plausible and reasonable, perhaps. Okay, so the journalist says,
Здравствуйте, господин Трауб.
hello, Mr. Traub. Traub.
Здравствуйте.
Traub means a grape in German. I don't know if it's actually meant to be a German name here, but
Вы можете рассказать об эксперименте, проводимом вашей компанией?
so you can tell about the experiment, and here comes a participle, and the participle is a provodimum. So, provodimum means which was performed by your company. So here you can see how Russian sometimes packs a lot of English words into one Russian word. So, you can tell about experiment, and then this one word here that we filled in English it would have to be which was performed by your company. But this combines all those words. It's basically it's literally like four English words in one. The experiment which was performed by your company.
Это локальный эксперимент. Мы включили во все используемые в этом регионе сотовые телефоны функцию просмотра телепередач.
А как...
Okay. So it's a local experiment. I don't know exactly what he means by local experiment here. I mean, I guess not an international experiment. I don't know. So we включили in everything. Hold on, let me fill in the blank here. So the blank word here is используемые. So that is difficult. That is really difficult to translate into English because the phrasing here is so different from what you'd use in English. Мы включили is like, I guess we included, if I'm not mistaken. Just quickly check. Yeah, we included. Gosh. And используемые means basically using, right? So it's like all. Oh boy. We included all in all using in this region network telephone functions. Watch television. Um, Basically, he's saying that I guess that they included all the functions, like all the functions for watching television, um, in one telephone network. But wow, I'm trying to think of a sensible way to transform this idiomatically into English. The phrasing is just so different from what you'd use in English that I can't even really translate that properly. Like I think I understand what he's saying. They combined all the functions into a cell phone, into a mobile phone. But just like trying to directly translate a sentence is almost impossible. Why it's not impossible. You just need to really like transform the words around. The word order is very different.
Каков результат?
And what is the result, or with which result did you perform the experiment?
Более половины участников эксперимента пользуются этой функцией.
So, более половины участников эксперимента, so more than half of the participants in the experiment пользуются этой функцией, use this function. So more than half of the participants in the experiment use the function.
Это потому, что она бесплатная?
Is that because it is free, as in free of cost, like no charge?
Пока да.
For now, yes.
Программы, показываемые во время эксперимента, бесплатные.
The programs показываемые, the programs which were shown or which were in effect during the time of the experiment are free.
Со временем мы планируем брать минимальную абонентскую плату.
In time, we plan to introduce a minimum monthly fee, which is why I said that seems reasonable. If you have a service like that, it seems reasonable to have a monthly fee. A nominal monthly fee seems appropriate. So, журнал, читаемый студентом, is the журнал, который читает студент. So, the journal, the journal, like magazine, which the student is reading, not which is. I mean, in English, word order is so important in establishing the subject and object of sentences like this. So in English, you could interpret this as the journal is reading the student, because literally it kind of does mean that, but obviously contextually you just have to know, not linguistically, but just from common sense, that it has to be the student reading the journal. So this is the journal which the student is reading, also possibly phrased as журнал, читаемый студентом, the journal which is being read by the student. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at what we have here under passive present participles. Yeah, there are a few different examples here. And I'm not going to read all of them. This is the passive past participle, which will be used in the next lesson. Let's not worry too much about that now. Let's focus on the here and now. So yeah. Yeah, so these are basically divided into two groups. And I think there's no way of knowing which group a verb is in. You just have to look it up, which is, a usual thing in Russian. So it's like, don't bother trying to remember these. My advice is don't try to remember all of this right now. This is really something for later. Just understand. If you see something like this, understand what it means. This is a passive construction, meaning, that thing is the object and not the subject of the sentence. Okay, какой суффикс? Им или им? So which suffix? Is it m or im? We could probably find some of these here, but let me just go ahead and copy them from my notes. So, фильм так любимый мной. Я посмотрел 7 раз. The film, which was so loved by me, I watched 7 times. I love the film so much, I watched it 7 times. This is also im, I believe, so I'm just going to copy and paste that. Товары, производимые этой компанией, пользуются спросом. The tovari, like the wares or the products, производимые, which are manufactured or which are being manufactured, этой компанией, by this company, пользуются спросом, are in demand. You might notice that sпросом kind of has a form similar to like спрашивать, which means ask. It's kind of like in German, Nachfrage is demand in the economic sense. If a product has demand, if there is demand for a product, then in German you say there is Nachfrage, literally like after ask or after question. So it's kind of, there's a similar construction using question or ask here in Russian to refer to economic demand for something, for a product or service. Одежда okay, so this is ем. Ем. Одежда, создаваемая известной спортивной фирмой, очень дорогая. The clothes made by a famous sporting company are very expensive. Okay, this is also ем. Я думаю, что журнал, читаемый тобой, очень глупый. I think that the journal being read by you is very stupid. Thank you for your opinion, sir or madam or person. Вопрос решаемый сейчас очень важен для нас. So, вопрос решаемый сейчас очень важен для нас. The question, which is being handled now is very important for us. The question which is being addressed now is very important to us. Экзамен проводим. Okay, so this is им. Экзамен проводимый в школе закончился поздно. The examination, the exam, which was administered in the school, ended late. Сайт создаваемый программистами будет готов через неделю. The site, this is not really, site is not really a Russian word. This is a website used as a loan word, obviously. So the website, which is being developed by programmers, создаваемый программистами, yeah, it's being developed by programmers, будет готов через неделю, will be ready in a week, in 1 week. Изучаемый тобой иностранный язык требует терпения. Wow. Изучаемый, so изучать means to study or to learn. So изучаемый is literally the passive form for that. So The being learned by you foreign language. Not the foreign language you're learning, but the being learned by you foreign language requires patience. Wow. Parlament. So the parliament did something, or no, something is being done by the parliament, or done to the parliament because it's passive. Избираемый, elected parliament, which was elected nationally, or by the Народный is kind of a double word. It means nation, basically, so it can mean national in the sense of federal, or it can mean by the people, like by the common people, the nation. So the parliament, which is elected by the nation or by the people, works for 4 years. It's interesting. It says работает 4 года. It works for 4 years. I believe that means that the parliament retains its seats for 4 years. So after elections, the parliament positions are retained for 4 years, but it says it works for 4 years, which is could be a bit confusing. Political expressions. Okay, and finally, дело слушаемое в суде привлекло журналистов. Sud here is a court, like a court of law. So the matter which went into the court, привлекло журналистов, attracted journalists. So the matter being handled in the court is attracting journalists or drawing journalists. Okay. Here we go. Now we need to take the red text and we transform it into, this time not into a word, but into 2 words, apparently. Boy, this is getting demanding. Okay, фраза, которую ты часто повторяешь, phrase which you often repeat, is a фраза часто повторяемая тобой. So a phrase often repeated by you. The boy is, I believe, the instrumental form of ты because it's instrumental because the phrase is being repeated through you or by you. You are linguistically the instrument that is repeating the phrase. So there you go. Спектакль, который играют актеры в этом театре. Spectacle, so the spectacle or the show which is being put on by the actors in this theater is the spectacle играемый актерами. Spectacle играемый актерами в этом театре. This is one of those points where I kind of have to wonder, are they kidding us? Like, do they really expect people to know this? So the spectacle which is being put on by the actors in this theater. All right. Зарплата, которую выдает бухгалтерия раз в месяц. The salary, зарплата is salary, which is given out by the bookkeepers once a month, is the зарплата выдаваемая бухгалтерией раз в месяц. The salary which is given out by the bookkeepers once a month. Yeah, I just kind of look at this and I just kind of have to think, wow, do they really expect people to like? Do they really expect people learning Russian to just know this? Because I'm pretty sure, I feel pretty sure that native Russian speakers would have some difficulty with this. Like they would, I mean, they might not. I mean, they might be able to fill these in, but I think even native Russian speakers would have some difficulty filling some of these in. Okay. All right, next one. Продукты, которые мы покупаем. The products which we bought are the продукты, or products which we buy. Sorry, I keep thinking past tense, but no, this is still current. This is passive present, so this is actually present tense. Покупаемые нами. Products which are bought through us or by us. Работа, которую он выполняет. The work which he performs, which he does, is the работа выполняемая им. Is the work which is done by him. Дистанция, которую пробегает спортсмен. The distance which is run by the sportsman is the дистанция. Пробегаемая. Спортсменом. Just imagine that somebody developed these exercises and thought, yeah, this will be a good way for people to learn Russian. This will help people understand. This will definitely help people remember and understand how to use Russian words and phrases. Город, который создает архитектуры, is so the city which was, I guess, created by architects, is a город создаваемый архитекторами. City created by architects, or city which is being created by architects. Человек, которого я люблю, a person whom I love, is the человек любимый мной. Again, instrumental form. Person whom I love. Person who is loved by me. I am the instrument who is performing the job of loving the person. Должность, которую он занимает. The position which he has or holds is the должность занимаемся. No, занимаем, not sia, but маемая. Занимаемая им. And finally, вещи, которые выбрасывают люди. The stuff which is thrown away by people is the вещи выбрасываемые людьми. Oops. Людьми. There we go. Right at the end there, I made a typo. Выбрасываемые людьми. Stuff thrown away by people. Okay. That was that. I don't really know how you're supposed to know any of that, but I hope that the sense is clear. I mean, it's not necessarily that difficult to understand. It's just difficult to know, like, how are you supposed to know what words to put in there? How are you supposed to know exactly what words fill in the blanks? And then here, again, just more, I mean, I guess this is just something you could look up in a dictionary. It's just one word and then one other word. Okay, achraniyat, to protect or guard something. Achran is a security force, like the security people who work in some place that has security. The security force is called achran. So achraniyat is to guard something. So passive tense here is achranyayimli. So being guarded by someone or something. Probiget, I guess to run by. The passive participle form here is probegayemli, to become run by. So if you run by a sign, then the sign is probegayemli. Okay, zabivat, to forget. Then the participle form here means forgotten, basically. So that is zabuivayemli. Zabuivayemli. Приглашать, invite. This is to invite someone. What is the passive form of that? The people who are invited are приглашаемли. Выпивать, to I guess to drink up, to completely drink all of something. What was drunk is выпиваемли. Изучать, to learn or study. What is being learned or studied is изучаемли. Organizovat, obviously to organize. What is being organized can be described using the adjective organizujemli. Upravljat, to administer or manage. Something that is being administered or managed is describable with the adjective upravlyaemli. Повторять, to repeat. Something which is repeated is повторяемли. And finally, покупать, to purchase or buy something. Something which is bought or is being bought is покупаемли. I appear to have made an oshibo. Who could have foreseen that coming? Okay, well, right at the top here, I made a mistake. This is ochran. That was my only mistake right there at the beginning. I missed the ya. So it's ochranyayemli. Ochranyayemli. Do you want something that is ochranyayemli? Sure, why not? Okay, I don't know what it is, but I'll take it. I know what it is. It means something that's being guarded. It's just kind of funny. Okay, that was it. And now we just have the final cool down exercise here as usual. So what do we have here today? We have Мне нравятся журналы издаваемые этой компанией. So I like the magazines which are made by that company. That's this option here. Я рад новым журналам. That's so I guess I'm glad about the new magazine which is being published by this company. That would be this one here. Notice the M's matchup. Новым журналом издаваемым. So these end in M and this also ends in M. They match up that way in this instrumental case. Я интересуюсь журналами. So I am interested in the journals which are made by that company or published by that company. That's this option here. Вчера я купил журнал. Yesterday I bought a journal or a magazine. And here here the endings still apply. I mean, journal is masculine, so you still need a masculine ending here. So it's li here. Makes sense. У меня никогда не было журнала. So I never had a journal made by this company. That's this one here. And finally, друг рассказывал мне о журналах. So a friend told me about a magazine made by this company. Again, the X and the X appear to match up here. And there you go. That was lesson 63. I'm not sure how much sense this made. I'm not sure how much sense this should have made. But this was lesson 63. That's something that I think I can, with reasonable accuracy, say. So here are the correct answers to lesson 63. I mean, at this point, it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, these could have been the answers to anything. It's like maybe these are the right answers to lesson 200. You don't really know. We don't really know, do we? But yeah. Passive, present. Present, passive, participle forms for various verbs in Russian. And that was that. All right, I'm done for now. Thanks for watching, everyone. This has been lesson 63. Hopefully we'll see each other next time for lesson 64. Until then, take care, everyone, and bye-bye and пока.